What is going on, guys, and welcome to episode 3 of this Crazy Monsters team series. Like I said in the last episode, we're having a ton of fun. We actually won that game. Huge 24-1 over the White Sox. In this episode, we're going to be taking on the Giants, who, let's go ahead and look at the league standings, are 2-0 just like us, the only two unbeaten teams in the league. Let's go ahead and look at our strategy. I think we're going to keep the same lineup and the same batting order. With that, statistics-wise, on the season, Kenny is 7 for 10, Pete is 7 for 11, Stephanie 6 for 10, Pablo 7 for 9, Keisha 6 for 9, Ahmed 5 for 9, Tony 3 for 8, Jocinda 5 for 8, and Amir 5 for 8. Let's go ahead and jump into the game. Like I said, I've always loved backyard baseball because of Sunny Day. She's the iconic voice of it. Let's go ahead and jump into the first game. It's our home opener, so Kenny's going to be pitching first in this matchup against the Little Giants. Heather Quinn batting 1,000 on the young season. 2 games in, batting 1,000. First pitch is rocketed to left center field, and Keisha can't get there. It's going to drop for a base hit. She's going to throw it into Tony, who we're going to cheese the system a little bit. We're going to throw it down to Amir, then back to Pete, and back to Tony, and we're going to get the first out. That's how you really cheese this game a little bit. You trick the AI into thinking that you're going somewhere else with the ball, and they'll automatically try to advance to the next base. First pitch strike on Jordan Thorner. So we'll try to... I won't try to cheese it so much, but in a big-time game like this, I might. Strike 2 now for the Giants catcher against the Monsters all-star pitcher. The 0-2 is swung on and missed. Strike 3. First strikeout for Kenny on the day. Now he's facing the left fielder, Felix Grant. Trying for the left hook. Swung on a miss for strike 1. Again, 5 pitches in. We already got that more juice, too, so we can have a little bit more fun with this pitching matchup. As that pitch is rocketed again. Left center field. Gonna drop. Keisha gonna play it off the fence. Gets it to Tony. Tony's gonna throw it to Pete. And for whatever reason, Felix is gonna try for 2 just by throwing it to Pete. So to Tony, to Stephanie for out number 3. And that is how the first inning comes to a close for the Giants. Top half of the first, no runs on no hits. And again, I think that's kind of stupid because you should be credited for a hit if you try to make the turn and get thrown out or something. Strike 1 on Kenny, a 700 hitter on the season. Lead up batter for the Monsters. The 0-1 swung on and fouled back for strike 2. The 0-2 from Todd Xavier is going to be low for ball 1. Count moves to 1-0 on the leadoff hitter for the Monsters. Bottom of the first. No score yet. Kenny hits a one-hopper, and it gets through to the second level. It gets past the second baseman and into the outfield. So Kenny is on first with a base hit. We're going to move Kenny on this one. Pete pops it up. Deep fly ball. Center fielder has it, and that's going to be trouble. Because Kenny was on the move, he is going to get doubled up. Just like that, instead of running around first with 1 out, we have nobody on with 2 outs and Stephanie Morgan at the plate. First pitch foul. And it's quickly 0-1 on Stephanie Morgan, a 600 hitter on the season. Pitch number 2 is a ball, and it goes to 1-1 on the count. 2 down, nobody on, no score. And that ball is outside, so it moves the count to 2-1. The 2-1 pitch from Xavier. Outside, and now it's 3-1. The count is in favor of Stephanie Morgan, the first baseman for the Monsters. Here's the 3-1. Put into play. Up the middle for a base hit. Past the center fielder. Stephanie's going to be on first base. with the second hit for the Monsters. And here comes big Pablo Sanchez, a 777 hitter on the season. First pitch is low and in for a ball. So the inning extends on the 2-out single by Stephanie Morgan. Now it's 2-0 on Sanchez. Xavier's already at 12 pitches. Here comes pitch 13. That's just going to clip the inside corner for a strike. So now it's 2-1. Here it is. Sanchez puts it in play. It's a deep fly ball left field. And it is going to be caught. It bounced off one of the players and it got caught. So no runs on 2 hits at the end of 1 for the Monsters. Here's Kawaguchi. First pitch strike. Again, 1 strikeout already on the game with 7 pitches to his name. Here's the 0-1. And it's going to be low and outside for ball 1. 1-1 on Tina Herrera. And we're actually going to cut the chatter here. I meant to do this before we started, but the chatter, as you probably heard in the first at the first inning, is annoying as all get out. As that one's laced and caught by Pete. Pete Wheeler with the ESPN no catch. Brett Olson is down 0-1 after that. And again, top of second, just getting started here. No score, 1 out, 1 strike on the number 7 on the 5 hitter. 0-2 now on Brett Olson. The 0-2 looked on for strike 3. And Olson goes down on strikes now to Tiffany Bosworth. A 200 hitter right at the Mendoza line. Bosworth laces it to right field. Off the fence and going to stay there, maybe? We're going to try to cheese it. And she is going to try to go for 2. I don't know why. And she's going to be thrown out in the pickle to end the inning for the second straight inning for the Monsters. So the Giants, again, no runs on no hits technically, even though I think Bosworth's ball in play should have been counted as a hit, to be completely honest, as Phillips swings and misses for strike 1. A 666 hitter is Phillips. Keisha fouls that one off, and it's quickly 0-2. Xavier at 16 pitches. Here's 17. Swung on and missed by Phillips. Strike 3. And now it's Ahmed Khan. 1 down, bottom of the second. No score. Swung early, and it's 0-1. The 555 hitter. Again, still really early in the season, so the batting average is going to fluctuate a ton. Ahmed looks at strike 2. Here comes the 0-2 from Todd Xavier. 19 pitches, 1 strikeout. The 0-2 put into play, but right back to Todd, and he gets Ahmed out for out number 2. And here comes the 375 hitter, Tony DeVecchio, up to the plate for the Monsters. And that one is put into play, and a quick 1-2-3 inning for the Monsters, as DeVecchio grounds out 5-3 if you're scoring it. And that's going to be the end of 2. Still only 2 hits for the Monsters. No runs either way after 2. Top of the 3 now. And first pitch swinging. And a quick out for Kenny Kawaguchi. Now the pitcher Todd Xavier is up to bat. He laces one to left field, but Pete again, no. ESPN Web Gym Top 10 Play nominee. 0-1 now for Kenny. 2 down quickly for the Giants. Here comes the 0-1. And it's bunted. Chrissy Mulligan bunts it back up to Kawaguchi. And Can't get it. Stephanie Morgan is sure-handed first baseman. Can't get it. We're going to try to cheese the system a little bit. And she's going to go, no, thank you. Back to the top of the order, and Heather Quinn. And we're looking for a pitch here. Looks like it's going to be... Oh, it's the big freeze for ball 1. And again, we have that juice if we need it. I don't think we need it quite yet. Here comes pitch number 19, and Heather Quinn puts it on a bunt. Kenny, he's going to get it and throws it to Stephanie, who redeems herself for the third out after 2.5. It is no runs on 1 hit for the Giants. The Monster is coming up at the bottom of the third. Jocinda Smith up for the first time today. Jocinda has played well in shortstop and hitting well as well. She puts this one in play off the first pitch. Drops in front of the second baseman, and that's just an easy 4-3 put out. Again, Jocinda's not very fast, so if she's going to get a base hit, has to be to the outfield. Here comes Amir Khan, another .625 hitter in the early season, the number 9 hitter for the Monsters. The 0-1. Called a strike right at the black, apparently. And it's quickly 0-2. Here's the 0-2 by Xavier. That is called a ball. And again, Amir looking at the umpire like that 0-1 pitch was at the same location. Here comes the 1-2. Amir laces it to left field on the 1 hop. And he is going to be safe at first. And it's going to roll out of play. So Amir is going to get advance on the error. 1 out now for Kenny Kawaguchi, the leadoff man. He's going to foul this one away. He's 1 for 1 today with a single. And here comes the 0-1. Swung on. Put into play. Amir doesn't know how many outs there are. There's 1 fly out. 2 for the double play. Twin killing to end the inning. And a monstrous bad play by Amir Khan. Really, that was just me. I forgot how many outs there were. Here's the quick 0-1. And it's quickly 1-1. 21 pitches now for Kawaguchi. 2 strikeouts. And the 1-1 is now 2-1 to Jordan Thorner, who struck out for the first time. Here's the 1-2. Caught looking again for strike 3. And here is Felix Grant, who we cheesed out of a hit last time. First pitch is high for a ball 1. Top of the 4th, 1 out, 1-0 the count. Here is the pitch. Called outside corner for a strike. 1-1 now. And again, Kenny trying to get the pitch that he wants. And that is low and inside for a ball. 2-1 is the count. In this pitcher's duel, no score, little hits. Here comes Grant again. Lace this to left center field. Keisha off the hop is going to play it into Tony. Let's see if we can't cheese him again. We throw to Pete this time. Last time we had to go all the way to Amir to cheese it. And Felix Grant's calling a rundown, and Stephanie's just going to go, yeah, you're out. Tags him out. 2 down. Tina Herrera's up at the bat. Now she's at the Mendoza line. First pitch put in play. Pete's going to scoop it up and throw it over Stephanie for out number 3. And just like that, the Little Giants go 1-2-3 to end the inning. Bottom of the 4th now, and Pete Wheeler's up to bat. First batter on the game. And again, I like to put Pete down for the bunt, get him on base, and get him over. And I am so glad when we, in backyard baseball, when it's popped up foul like that, it goes out of play automatically. The bunt is down. Pete is running to first, and it is in time, just barely in time for the out. And now it's 1 down, bottom of the 4th. Stephanie Morgan, who's 1 for 1, is up to bat. First pitch swinging in play, but right to the second baseman and to the first baseman for out number 2. 2 down now for Senor Sanchez. The elevator pitch. Pablo pops it up and out of play. Todd Xavier pitch count now sitting at 32 pitches here after 3 2/3. Pitch number 33 is swung on and missed by Sanchez. 2 down, 2 strikes, no score. Nobody on base for the Monsters. And here comes the 0-2. Lets it go, and it's now 1-2, Pablo Sanchez. Xavier looking to get out of the inning. Here comes the 1-2. Sanchez puts a charge into it left center field. But the center fielder is there and makes the catch for out number 3. No hits, 3 hits on the game for the Monsters, 1 hit for the Giants as we're entering the top of the 5th. Still no score. First pitch, swinging bunt. Amir picks it up, throws it to Stephanie for out number 1. Boy, first pitch swinging and you do that. Tiffany Bosworth got robbed of a hit because of the glitchy AI. Swung on a miss there for strike 1. Here comes the 0-1 from Kenny. Laced off a 1-hop Tony to Stephanie for out number 2. It is quickly 2 down in the top of the 5th for Vic Souffle. 285 hitter, star first baseman for the Giants. First pitch is swinging for a strike. Here comes the 0-1. And it's looked at for strike 2. Kawaguchi looking for strikeout number 4 on pitch 34. Here it comes. And it's high for a ball. Now it's 1-2. And as you see on the pitch meter, he is getting a little winded. So here comes the left hook. And it's low for a ball. Now it's evened up at 2-2. Deuce is wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Nobody on here in the top of the 5th. The 2-2 swung on and missed strike 3. And just like that, Kawaguchi gets out of it. After 4.5, no score here at Steel Stadium, number 2. Keisha Phillips now up to bat for the Monsters. Bottom of the 5th. Again, Keisha swung up, put a charge into the elevator pitch. But I don't think it's going to be enough. No, the center fielder has it for out number 1. That is twice now. The Monster hitters have just missed on that elevator pitch. First pitch swinging is Ahmed Khan. And really, without the power of Pablo, Keisha, and Ahmed, we are in a tight ball game, tied at 0. Khan puts the ball in play, but right to the second baseman who throws him out by a step. And now it's up to Tony DeVecchio to extend the bottom of the 5th. 0 for 1 and a .333 hitter. First pitch is called a ball. And again, a pitcher's duel here in Steel Stadium number 2. DeVecchio puts the ball in play. Right to the catcher and right to the first baseman for the out. And that is how we end the 5th inning. Now pressure goes back onto Kawaguchi and the Monsters as Todd Xavier steps up. 142 hitter, 0 for 1 today. Puts the charge into it. 2-hopper past Tony, but Keisha fires it to Stephanie for out number 1. And now we're up to Chrissy Mulligan. 1 for 1 today. The only Giants hit. First pitch swinging. And that is charged deep right field. And off the wall. Ahmed has to play it off the bounce. We're going to try to cheese this again, honestly. If it worked the first time, it's going to work again. It's going to work again. Tony has it. He's chasing down Chrissy and throws it to Stephanie for out number 2 in the top of the 6th. Boy, if the AI doesn't play that into that cheese, we're looking at 1 out. Instead, we're looking at 2 outs, nobody on, instead of 1 out with a runner on first in the top of the 6th. Remember, we're only going 6 innings here, but we could go into extras if we can't produce anything. Quickly 1-1. Here comes Kawaguchi's pitch. Swung on a miss for strike 2. 1-2. 2 outs. Top of the 6th. In this pitcher's duel. Here comes Kenny's pitch. The big freeze swung on and missed for the 5th strikeout by Kawaguchi. And that is how the top half for the Giants end. It's up to Jocinda Smith in the bottom of their order. Jocinda, Ahmed, or Amir, and Kenny. First pitch looking for Jocinda for a ball. 8, 9, and 1 for the Monsters in the bottom of the 6th. Here's the elevator pitch put into play. But right to, I believe that is Fred Souffle still at first. And he steps on first for the first out. Again, if Jocinda is able to put that into the outfield, I think she gets the base hit. Here comes Amir looking at ball 1. He's 1 for 1 with technically a double, even though it's really a single and an error. 1-1. Oh, 1-0 is hit right to the third baseman, and that is a little no play for her. And it's quickly 2 outs now. Kenny Kawaguchi, the leadoff man, back to the top of the order, excuse me. First pitch charged into left center field. Center fielder has it, and Kenny's going to stay right there on first. 2 down, and the Monsters have something cooking with Pete Wheeler up to bat. The hook put into play, but right at the right fielder misplays it. Kenny's going to go for 3. Pete's going to go for second. And Pete slides into second, and Kenny's out at third. Close play at third, and we're going to head to extras. Top of the 7th now, and Kenny. First pitch swinging goes to Tony DeVecchio and out to Stephanie. And Kenny takes a big sigh of relief there as the left fielder Felix Grant steps up to the plate. 0 for 2. Puts this one, another charge into it, left center field. And here comes Keisha. And she dives, can't get it. And it bounces off the wall. Throws it into Tony, and we're going to try to cheese. No, they're not taking the bait this time. Tina Herrera, 0 for 2. Runner on first, 1 out. Top of the 7th, and now Kawaguchi has a little problem working. First time he's been in any type of danger, as the spitball that's illegal in MLB gets called for a strike 1 here. And it's quickly 0-2 after the heater is blown past her. Kenny's sitting at 46 pitches, but his 110% juice is still looking good. That ball is put into play, and Keisha hustling and makes the catch. Can we double him up? Jocinda, no! Almost got the double play there. Felix Grant slides back in. And we're looking at Brett Olson. 2 down now, 1 on. Top of the 7th, still no score. Olson, chopper to Kenny. And for whatever reason, Olson overruns first. And we're going to get Felix out at second anyway. I don't know why he overran first and made the turn to second, but in any route, no harm, no foul, and it's bottom 7 with Stephanie Morgan up to bat. First pitch swinging and right at the shift, and she's out. Pablo having a little bit of trouble here today, 0 for 2. Now he's down to a 636 hitter. Here comes the first pitch, swing, and a miss for strike 1. And again, extra innings now. Todd Xavier, pitch 49, swung on a miss by Pablo. That swung early, too. Pitch number 50 here in this game. Swung on a miss by Pablo, strike 3. And it comes down to Keisha Phillips. She has a strikeout today. She's 0 for 2. And she's going to look at strike 1. Just caught that inside corner. Here comes the 0-1. Swung on and missed by Keisha. And it is now 0-2. And Chrissy Mulligan is going to take over for Todd Xavier. Todd pitches 6 2/3 inning. And Keisha swung super early on the slow-mo for strike 3. And that is how the 7th inning ends. Still no score after 7. Back to the top of the 8th. Swung on a miss by Tiffany Bosworth. She's played an amazing game at second base here in this pitcher's duel. Kenny swung, got a swing and miss here. And it's, 0-2. And again, he wants the spitball. And swung on and missed for strike 3. And Bosworth goes back to the bench. Big Souffle up now. He's a 250 hitter with 0 for 2 today with a strikeout. First pitch swinging for a strike. Top of the 8th, no score. 1 out, 1 strike on Vic Souffle. Kawaguchi's pitch, strike 2, swinging. And now we're looking at another big opportunity here. Kenny has 6 strikeouts, looking for number 7. The spitball again gets him strike 3. And just like that, Todd Xavier, now the third baseman, originally the starting pitcher, comes up to bat. Can he extend the inning for the Giants? First pitch put into play. Jocinda, diving stop. Can't get it. Recovers. Throws it and gets Todd in time for out number 3. And now we move to the bottom of the 8th here. Ahmed Khan to lead it off. All we need is 1 run. And Ahmed puts the ball in play. Crazy swing. Or the crazy pitch. And he is... Oh, it looked like he was going to be safe, but they rule him out. So, first out for the 8th inning. And here's Tony DeVecchio. Chrissy Mulligan again. Crazy pitch. Line drive hit, and it is caught by the second baseman over the shoulder catch. And it is now all down to Jocinda. She swings. She puts a charge into it. Can this be it? Is home run. Jocinda Smith with the homer. Oh my goodness, and holy cow. This one is over on the walk-off homer by Jocinda. A questionable pickup in the draft, but this is why we get her. Because she can hit home runs like that, walks it off for the Monsters. 1-0 in the bottom of the 8th inning with 2 outs. And that is your final, ladies and gentlemen, 1-0. And let's go ahead and look at the stats. Kenny 2 for 4, Pete 0 for 3, Stephanie 1 for 3, Pablo, Keisha, and Ahmed 0 for 3, Tony 0 for 3. The player of the game is Jocinda at 1 for 3, and Amir is 1 for 2. Like I said, let's go ahead and look at the rest of the league. The Rockets blanked the Sox. The Millionheads pick up a win over the Wombats. The Hornets beat the Bombers. And as you see, we are the lone team on top of the league now at 3-0. The Giants, Millionheads, and Hornets are all at 2-0. And the next game is going to be against the Bombers, who are sitting at 1-2. That's going to do it for this week's episode, everybody. I will see you all in the next episode.